Well, hello there, Apple Biteies. This is your Apple Bite Written Ralph talking to you, and we have some surprises for you guys, like Matta Sorcier.
Hi, I'm back.
I love it, love it, love it, love it. Of course, John is with us as well, and so is Tony and Paul. And of course, I hope you guys have been nominating, and you guys have, because I have a bunch of nominations already on all the videos that have been sharing the Wham stand. So, folks, you can win this beautiful thing. Well, actually, your favorite podcast can win this. But at the same time, I'm doing another giveaway. So the nominators will win something as well. I'm going to throw their names into the circle, and we'll see one of them win something. And then the podcasters will be thrown into a circle, and they will win something. And the more people we have, the more stuff I'll give away. So who knows how many people will get what they get, you know? And this stuff is beautiful, folks. Wham Stand does amazing work. Of course, you know that this is a place where you put your wireless mic and then make it look like all professional and stuff for your interviewing pleasure.
All right. So do they get a customized Wham stand or do they get one that says Wham? Or it comes off.
Yep, they get the Whamblum. They get the Whamblum. Whoever wins will also get the Whamblum as part of the whole package deal. You know, that's why, because Wham Stand is fantastic. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then if they wanted, they can get like a custom one and then like swap it out too.
Oh, definitely. Well, they're gonna get their own custom one, their own. Because I'm gonna give it to the winner.
Nice.
But it's fantastic, folks. And of course, you know, Wham Stand does a bunch of other beautiful stuff, especially to show off your stuff at conventions, to show off your stuff in the house. Dude, you know you want this stuff because it's just fantastic. You see what I'm saying? You know, you can just show off your book. Look, I'll show you.
Look at that.
I will show you. You show off your book. Of course, everything falls apart.
Oh, no.
There you go. Show
I
off
love it.
your book, you know, and beautiful. Can you imagine this sitting on a table, just standing up and people going, hey, look, I can see that comic over there, instead of the comic just being like this on the table?
Conversation piece.
Exactly. And in a convention, you want people to see what's going on and see our Whamblum. And as easy as that.
No way.
Yeah. That's why I like the Whamblums. So, folks, in this video itself, you can nominate anybody whatever podcast you like, your favorite podcast, you can nominate it in this video, or you can find the other videos where I have posted up and put this particular thing into it, so you can nominate the podcast or your favorite podcast that you want.
And do we have a list of podcasts?
Right now?
Yeah.
I will get that for you because I got to go to the Instagram and I'll share it you later on in the show.
Excellent.
But folks, this is fantastic stuff. Wham Stand does amazing work, and I am very happy to be working with them to show off all this beautiful merchandise, because, you know, Spaceball 2 is coming out, so we have to have the merchandise.
Of course. I'm very excited for that.
So, Sorcier, you've been busy. It's great to have you back on. Fantastic. You look great. Love the haircut.
Oh, thank you.
So, what do you got to tell the audience out there?
Brush your teeth.
There you go.
Also, you should totally back Child Possession Services on Kickstarter because it's awesome and there's 3 days left. We've still got a ways to go to get funded, but let's put the fun in funded, right?
Exactly. And I'm happy you brought that up, because that's one of the things we here to talk about. Our friend John right now is driving, so he can't really say anything. So we will help him out. And by helping him out, I can add this to the stage.
I'm trying to fix my mic over here.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, he speaks.
He speaks.
Sorry, guys. It's one of those days. You just got to roll with it. But thanks for having me on.
Literally rolling in the car down the road.
Exactly. Well, you know, it's live television, so you know how this is, folks. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong on live television.
Oh, of course, obviously. So yeah, John, do you want to speak or should I speak?
I can play the video.
Oh yeah, let's play the video. Then none of us have to speak.
Exactly.
but there is no copyrighted music this time.
Welcome to the
Yeah,
fifth and final campaign for 2025. This is John from Part-Time Comics. We're so excited to have you here for the series finale of CPS, the first book from Part-Time Comics when we launched 5 years ago. It's coming to an end. People ask me all the time, John, how do you balance so many books? How do you keep all the Kickstarters getting shipped and the creativity going? Well, let's take you on a tour behind the scenes where all the magic happens. Come on. On second thought, let's just show you the book.
What started as a short story spoof between two friends became a whole universe. Child Possession Services centers around Connie Dar, a social worker for possessed or recently possessed children, and she works for the poorly run government agency, Child Possession Services. But Connie's not innocent in all this. She's made some bad decisions that have led to this point in the series, and she'll have to face her consequences in the finale. We've got great rewards, awesome covers, amazing art by all of our cover artists and co-creators, Bob Ornelas on the first two issues and Matta Sorcier on the last two. And hey, you can even get drawn in the series by Matta for the last issue. We also have a giveaway with our buds at Omnibuds Cafe. Get a free bookmark to the first 40 physical backers.
So after 5 years, 4 issues, and a lifelong creative partnership with Bob Ornelas and Matta Sorcier, CPS is coming to a close with the final and 4th issue now on Kickstarter. Things didn't always go as we thought they would go for this book, but I think we put that into the book and made it an extra special ending for you all. So please check it out, share, back, do all the things, and let's get CPS, the finale, funded.
No copyrighted music was used in this video.
I gotta say, a great video. It helped us explain everything. John, you did a good job. So. And I like all the little bits of history
last
there.
time I didn't even do a video and I got yelled at. And then I always do copyrighted music. I get yelled at for that. So this time I was trying to keep it simple.
It's like every video now will get a flag, and it's not.
Oh,
and it's people's own music. It's you know.
Yeah, you can't win for trying out there, but yeah.
Those bookmarks are cool. I got like a ton of them, so the bookmarks are cool. Like a ton of them, like a bunch of books with all these little bookmarks inside.
Love it. I love me a bookmark.
Yeah,
dude, bookmarks are great. and
for those who still read physical books.
Exactly, especially when you get the nice bookmarks with the nice art. Sometimes you just stay looking at the bookmark instead of reading the book.
I have more bookmarks than I use, and I just keep getting more bookmarks because I'm like, these are so cool.
Exactly.
Is there a digital equivalent of bookmark, or you just leave it wherever you left it and go back right in? I don't know.
You know, someone has to invent that. That's like
that'd be great.
Some sort of a digital reader where you could put your own little digital bookmark, so that when you open up the thing again, you see your bookmark.
Go straight to that page, yeah. And even if you don't have that page up, it'll just go straight to that page.
And you see your bookmark there, which is very important. You have to be able to see the bookmark.
Yeah. Okay. Occasionally, sometimes like manga chapters are long and you can't finish in one setting and you don't remember where you left off. So you gotta start all over again and read the whole thing again. So.
Yeah, you know, even with like traditional books, it's like one chapter will be like 10 pages, and then the next chapter is like 60 pages, and I'm like, why is it like this? My OCD doesn't like this.
No. So Matta, as always, beautiful cover.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun doing that cover. That is probably the coolest cover that I will ever do in my entire life.
I see the Shadow Rabbit sending hearts.
Wow. Everybody's here.
Hey, Ralph, I'm really trying to get to the Kickstarter, but I can't find it.
The link. What do you think we are? A podcast that showcases?
Yeah, what do you think we do? Promote comics here? Come on.
Everyone's complaining. No one's backing my project. It's like, help me
find it. Matta's back. She can do the voice. Do the voice.
Nobody backing my project.
There you go. She got it.
Hey, welcome back, Matta.
It's all the baby boomers' fault.
Ralph, why didn't you put the link up?
Oh, I can see it now.
There you have it, folks. This is a great Kickstarter. It's a great idea. Beautiful art, and we were just talking about this in the green room. But you have it where you can actually get drawn into the book, right?
Yes, we have 3 spots for drawings. One person can be a CPS officer, one person can be a reporter, and another person can be just someone being held off in the background, trying to see what's going on. That cover is so cool.
I gotta say, like, I like this cover, but this
Yeah, so
pop.
a little backstory behind that cover in particular. It was supposed to. It was traditionally colored, but apparently their marker exploded on the page.
Wow.
And like just created this big bloody mess, and like they're like, oh my god, John, I'm so sorry, like it's messed up, I don't know what to do. And John was like, just roll with it. Like it looked really cool.
I was gonna say, have you never watched the show? It's a happy little accident.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that's one of the themes of CPS is you got to deal with the cards that are dealt to you. Jamie Primack, who did this cover, was devastated that she had the happy accident. She wanted to start over. I was like, no, that's silly. You put so much into this. Let's get somebody. We know some great digital colorists, and Wesley Wong swung in to clean it up, and he did so well that we were like, I like the digital colored version, but I want to salvage the traditionally colored version. So last issue, Matta also had a similar issue where she wasn't happy 100% with where her cover was. And again, we did the same thing. We said, you know what? We're going to make this a special fairy tale cover because of the way it was colored and presented.
I still have to send that to you. I feel terrible.
No, I think it works. I think it works with everything that's going on with this book. I think they both have their place in the CPS universe, so why throw away this great art? So this is the Nightmare edition, as Connie's nightmare is coming to an end in this issue.
Dude,
it's
this
so cool.
just looks great. It just pops, man. I get an Ozzy feeling from it.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud to own the original of that. I very rarely get a fully colored piece from an artist. Usually coloring is done digitally or digitally altogether in some cases. So I'm very proud. This one you won't be getting, but maybe if we get down to the last 24 hours and we're not funded, maybe I'll throw it up there.
Maybe I'll sell it. Maybe. I gotta say though, this, like I said, I love this cover because it looks really good. But dude, this is just wow.
Like there's one that's like it's like super metal, and then this one is just turned up to like 11.
Oh my god, yeah, exactly.
I can't decide. They're both really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both have their own like special feel to them.
Yeah. Like this one's wilder, but I like the simplicity of the other one too. So
yeah,
both really good.
See, folks, happy little accidents. Go watch our favorite artists talk about happy little accidents.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
This book. Wait. You have to go back up because this.
Yeah. Save PBS. Yeah. Help PBS out.
This book has some of the best facial expressions I've ever drawn. Like, go down to that exorcism page. Like, it was so much fun to do. And I don't think people expect that of me because they're used to seeing me do like the super pretty fantasy stuff, but I can do some derpy faces.
I gotta say, that's a derpy face.
It is incredibly derpy.
Exorcism, no dog, no spoilers.
And that is one of many like epic faces that I've done. Some of the best derpy faces ever. So if anything, get this book just to see the derpy faces.
And it looks great. It looks like you had a lot of fun bringing this into life.
I cannot stress how much I love this book and how much I love working on it. Like, it feels in a weird way like I'm working on my own comic because it's like, it just vibes with the things that I like to do, which is like just weird things, characters being like messy and terrible, like things sort of just being funny in ways that they're never meant to be, like gallows humor, like it has everything. Like, it is so special to me, and I'm sad that this is the finale.
I love how fun this book is, and sometimes the supernatural stuff takes itself way too seriously. But this thing has so much fun with itself, and at the same time, it's a good scary story.
And at the same time, it addresses like really human emotions. Like Connie herself, she's kind of like burnt out from this job that's like given her like nothing but grief. Like her boss sucks, her life sucks. She's like an alcoholic that kind of just destroyed her life and like ran everything into the ground. And it's like she's kind of a terrible person, but you get why. Like at one point she was like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed about this and like, yeah, I'm gonna save lives, I'm gonna help people. And then, you know, like 8 years later, she's just like, you know, sitting there just like smoking in front of a child and whatever. Just...
That sounds like all of us once you reach adulthood.
I was about to say the same
Life
thing.
sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's
Very
like
relatable. Very relatable.
we've all been there at some point, which is like it's so human, even though it's like a supernatural, spooky, like kind of funny story. Like I get it. I feel very attached to Connie. I feel like that's kind of how I've been in the comics world too, where it's just like you stay in it long enough and you get kind of like grizzled and bitter, but you still keep going.
You're not kidding. I gotta say, I was gone for 2 weeks. It was a good thing. It was a pretty decent break, and I think I needed it because it was just way too much stuff back to back to back to back.
I don't know. I was going through bitten apple withdrawal, so that's fine.
Aw.
Oh man, so was I, but I was like, nope, ain't doing shit.
Baloney, I kept calling you up. We do a show tonight? No, I'm not. I got my anniversary. No, I'm not. I'm too tired. No, I'm not. I need another break. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, sometimes you have to take that break.
Folks.
Man, I always say, like, sometimes you run into the old comic book pros and sometimes they're bitter and mean, but I mean, try to understand because comics can break you. They can. So
Oh yeah, they can.
just
Yeah, just remember that a lot of these people have been working for like 25 years and they still have no health insurance. So like, go easy on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's why they have to have the other job to pay for the dream.
Or they have a spouse who has like health insurance, or they
You're
just start
lucky.
GoFundMe's to pay for their cancer treatment or whatever. Like it's so
Exactly.
depressing.
Or they go to every single convention they can go to.
While doing chemo and they're like half dead and it's like,
Oh, you want to sign my autograph?
and it's like, come on, he's dying, give him a break.
The sad thing is, I've seen.
I hate that
so
we're
many
laughing
times.
about this, but we have to cope with it.
Yeah, you have to. And I was just saying,
these days, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
like I was just saying, the sad thing is we've seen it over and over and over with so many of our heroes. You know, they are in it all the way to the end.
They have to be. They have no other choice.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, people think that the big companies like treat them well and, you know, give them basic things like health insurance, but no, they've just been contract workers their entire lives.
Yeah, they're freelancers. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why it always bugs me out, you know, and we talk about this a lot on the show. It always bugs me out when people are like, oh, I get into Marvel and DC and I finally make it. And I have friends from Marvel and DC, and no, you don't make it. It's not like I feel like unlike other places where you actually make it somewhere, even if you get into Marvel and DC, your name gets a boost. But you know, that's pretty much.
I mean, like,
yeah, they don't give you like bonuses or whatever. Like the dudes in suits are the ones collecting the money, and you get your page rate, and then like that's it.
It's like one of the things like Jim Shooter did. And I know, you know, he's a complicated person. He gets hate for some things, and they did. But one of the things he did was like, well, you know what? If you want people to give you quality work, quality characters, you have to like compensate them. If you compensate them, they'll make great things. And like because of him, like these people, like, you know, McFarlane, Jim Lee, Liefeld, everybody came in that era and took their money and left. Like, yeah, they made it big. So that was like the time period. But after that, you know, they saw how big these people got, you know, and Jim Shooter left, and it's not going to be like that again, you know. So,
nope.
Well, it's J. Jonah Jameson. You don't want a job, kid. Freelance. You do freelance.
Oh God.
You
know, I will draw pictures of Spider-Man if you give me good money. But otherwise, no.
No, we're not going to give you good money. We're selling you on the dream. You get to work on Spider-Man. It's a dream.
That's why I've never blamed Peter Parker for taking pictures of himself.
Bro had to do what he had to do.
Oh my God.
He's lucky that like OnlyFans wasn't a thing when he was like, you know, during his time. Like Spider-Man on OnlyFans.
That would be a great story, like a modern Peter Parker, and he's putting Spider-Man on OnlyFans.
I miss those days. He doesn't have time for him because, you know, there's really like newspapers aren't really a thing for most of us. So like everything changed. So I miss those days, you know. So Ultimate Spider-Man is still photographer. There you go. So
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's still like internet newspapers, right? Like,
Yeah. They still need pictures. They still need video.
yeah, unless it's like, oh no, we have
Yeah.
AI generated Spider-Man. We can make him be a menace to society now in any way we want.
We can do it.
Yeah, and we don't need to hire a photographer anymore.
Peter Parker's like, I'm a photographer. Like, yeah, so am I. It's called having a smartphone all the time. Look, I took a picture of Spider-Man. Yeah, so did I. Like, I got video.
Yeah, so did my 12-year-old with like an iPhone 13.
Yeah,
Like, come on, you're not special, Petey.
And that's how it is. You know, this has become a big camera, but it's still a camera. This is still a camera, folks. And you know, and I know this because this is what we use at the conventions. You know, you take the pictures, you take the videos, you do the interviews, and that's what this has become. I still use the big camera if we're doing something big and special, like when we go do Urban Action Showcase and we got to do the red carpet and do the interviews there. But even then, sometimes, you know, if you work your phone well enough, it can be another camera.
Yeah, I mean, I got like a Google Pixel 6 for like $300, and I was like, this is the best camera I ever got. Yeah. And it was like $300, and I was like, why would I get anything else?
Exactly.
I agree, because I bought a camera for my wife, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. It was a Canon Rebel, and the thing was like not cheap. And then all of a sudden, I get the phone. It's like the phone's doing better than the Canon Rebel, for goodness sakes. You know, and all the Canon Rebel is take pictures. I can talk on my camera. You know,
that's what we have. We have the Canon Rebel. We actually got 2 Canon Rebels.
Oh wow!
It's a great camera for web series and for web stuff, which is why we got it.
Yeah, I still got it here. I rock my digital camera like way past when everybody moved the phones. Like,
is that a Panasonic Lumix?
The camera's caught up to like now they take pictures better than this. It's crazy.
Yeah, they do.
But for like, what are you doing with that camera? We're using our phones. Like, but it got to a point where the smartphone pictures came out better than this. So I mean, it still doesn't beat a 35mm camera, but it's a pain in the neck to carry that thing around.
John's here.
And he's got spooky lighting. I like it.
Spooky. Well, you know, he is part of the child possession services, so you know it makes sense.
I just wanted to show my face briefly to show that I'm not AI. I do exist, and I appreciate.
We don't know that.
I didn't want to cancel on y'all. I've had a lot of things lining up weird and having to cancel, and it's important to do these things. You wanted to have us on, and Matta was going to make her triumphant return, so I didn't want to miss that.
Yes, folks, it is fantastic to have Matta Sorcier back. I miss saying the name.
Aw. It's great to be back. It's been a weird year. I've missed this a lot.
The sad thing is I can say the same thing.
I feel like everyone can say it's been a weird year.
Yeah, it's been a long year.
It's felt like 3 years. I swear to God, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Oh my God, not at all.
If you watch the news, it's felt like it's been 5 years already.
I feel like I've aged like 10 years.
It's only like 10 months of this insanity. Oh man,
I cursed out my friend.
I feel like it's blown by. I don't know about you guys, but
I know,
my age. It's gonna be my age. Sorry.
Like there's moments where I can feel the time passing, but at the same time, there's just too much happening for 1 year.
That's kind of how it was with school, because it was like a 6-month program, and I was like, oh my God, this is gonna feel like 6 years, and really like every week felt like a month, and then all of a sudden it's done, and then I'm like, wait,
that was quick.
Suddenly time went by really quickly. What happened?
Yeah. So it's like at work, like the days drag, but oh my gosh, the time goes so fast. I'm like, wow, it's Halloween already. Like, what? It felt like New Year's was the other day. Like, geez.
Speaking of Halloween, folks, of course you know, especially because this is one of our spooktacular shows, we do our October spooktacular, and boy, do we have some people lined up for you. So you know, join us all of October for, of course, the giveaway with Wham Stand and the spooktacular. And of course, we're planning a special show on October 28th. That should be a Wednesday. 28th, 29th, 29th, 28th.
28th is a Tuesday, 29th is a Wednesday.
There you go. So October 29th will be a special Halloween episode of Bit and Apple TV, of the written writ, of all the beautiful things.
Can't push
No.
it back a day.
Well, I was considering doing a show on Friday the 31st, which is still possible. So we'll see what happens.
My anniversary is 29th, so.
So, Paul, you might join us the 31st for a Halloween special.
31st will work for me. Any
No,
other day we're not.
Bring your wife on the show. She's been on before.
No, that doesn't work that way, Matt. I'm sorry.
Nuts. Then you can be like, it's our anniversary. Happy anniversary.
No,
and she'll be like, why am I here?
No, don't think so. Much as I like to, no.
Fair. Also, yeah, Wednesday night is like the late night show too.
Yeah, it's
so
at 10:30.
That's like past my bedtime.
Yeah.
So, John, tell us about CPS.
Is he muted? Does he have
He's
sound?
muted. You're muted.
You've been doing a great job already filling in marketing manager. You'll get that promotion soon.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, CPS is all the things you said. It's a social worker. I am a social worker by day. They say write what you know. I didn't think people would read about that, so I made her a social worker for, possessed children. She started off as kind of a one-off for an anthology between co-creator and I, Bob Arnell. If he needed a story for an anthology, I said, I have the kind of this John Constantine ripoff. And thankfully, he said, well, I think it could be more than that. Like, let's not make her like, John Constantine in drag. Let's make her, her own character. And, he really helped me flesh the character out. So that was very important. And he was right. It's great to have good co-creators. And when it came time where Bob knew he didn't have enough time to draw the book, I was fortunate enough that Matta was able to step in. I actually met her partially through Raph's show here, where she guested quite often, and I believe it was through was it Blake's Buzz? I think you were on a few times.
It was also through Kevin Joseph, Comics Jesus, because like we used to we still hang out on his Discord. But yeah, that's kind of how we met. And
So
yeah,
I was very bummed out that the book was possibly not going to continue on, and then I just saw this sarcastic and funny and amazing artist on some shows, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to approach her about this. I think this might be right up her alley, and thankfully it was, because I don't think the book would have continued without the right person to step in. Obviously, Matta has the artistic chops. You guys all know that. She's been on here many times.
I got to tell you, John, I completely agree. Sometimes you know who the artist is for your project. You know how this is going to move forward, and you want to make sure that happens.
Absolutely, yeah. You want somebody who's going to be reliable and can do the the art part. But again, it was just happenstance that the right person who had the right attitude about these kind of character stories. And obviously, Matta's amazing story, Sacrimony, was the nail in the coffin for me. Once I was able to read that, I was like, okay.
I like that I get to be a nail in someone's coffin.
And we talked about continuing the series more and kind of more ideas, but for now at least consider this season 1 of Connie's story. There's a lot of things going on with her relationships and her friends and her coworkers, and we could have kind of dangled those out for a few more issues, but given the state of the world and comics and all and being an independent business, we said let's put a stamp on season 1, and we definitely leave it open for more, but for now we're gonna wrap up Connie's stories here in CPS Goes to Hell, which is the subtitle that we reviewed last week.
Yeah, it's such a smart idea to do it, because I mean that's how the shows handle their seasons, right? It's like, you'll do season 1 and then it'll be like, oh, like I don't know if we're gonna get renewed for another season or something, so let's just leave this. We'll wrap it up, but still leave it kind of open-ended for like a season 2. So that was very smart move.
I gotta say, I used to love, I still do love the whole legacy numbers on comics. I never understood why they did the whole let's restart the book or this and that. See, that makes sense for those legacy books. But I feel like especially in the indie circuit, you're doing storylines, so it makes sense that you're doing your books in a certain amount. And I still love limited series, a maxi series. Those are fantastic, and I feel like we don't do them anymore.
Yeah, and I think you've got it exactly right. I think you have to realize that you're in a different space in the indie circuit, especially
Mhm.
on when most of our income is coming from Kickstarter. The next issue might not come out for a year. So if I'm going to do a 60-issue series, it'll be 60 years before I finish. So
Exactly.
why not give people their apple bites as they go, and then again, if you get back to it and there's a place that makes sense to return to characters or universes, then you can. But one of my favorite books is Hellboy, and they definitely for a long time did the series of miniseries, whatever story
Yeah.
they wanted to tell whenever, and that's where I want to be. I think as much as sometimes we lament and about the funds and getting backers, we have complete control over our books. Matta is a co-creator of this book. Myself
Yeah.
and Bob, we get to decide how we want to do it, when we want to do it. So I think you should take advantage of that, right, and do what makes sense for you, rather
John,
than try to emulate something that you can't be.
I'm happy you're saying all that because I feel like and we try to educate people on the show because I feel like people have this idea of what creating comics is, and and they see like it's something that happens like this, and I'm like, in which universe are you looking at this that it looks like it happens like maybe to you it happens like that because all the book wasn't there and now all of a sudden is there, but there's so much work that goes into making a comic book. I've been working on Hugbert for a long time. and I said as soon as I started doing this book, I said it's going to come out when it comes out because I am not going to rush it. I am not going to do the wrong things or find the wrong, because I know what a lot of people do is because we were talking about the relationship with the artist and the writer. It's important to get an artist that understands your work. You don't just get any artist. Any artist won't do it because sometimes if you're doing a horror book and you get a fantasy artist, maybe they can pull it off, if they do horror fantasy, but at the same time,
I'd love to do a horror book. Anybody who wants me to do a horror book, hit me up.
See, but at least I can actually see your art fitting into that horror genre, and you're doing it. You've kind of done it here with CVS. With
No, CVS, you just get like a really long receipt. You don't get a comic book.
Oh man, well, it is a comic book. It's a long receipt.
Yes, it's a comic book full of discounts on products you don't actually need.
Exactly. But yeah, but it's important to have the relationship with the crew, with your inker, with your letterer, with your artist. It's one of the most important things, and I feel like a lot of creators don't think about this, and that's why some of their projects kind of don't get anywhere.
I mean, also people think that like, oh, you should be able to do a comic in a month, right? A new comic every month. Marvel does that. DC does that. Like Image, yeah, sure, they're late a lot, but they try to do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, they don't realize that there's probably like a team of like 8 people working on that book, and sometimes it's still late. And us indies, we're working day jobs or like going to school or whatever, and we're just doing this on the side. So as John said, it's really just, when can we do this? Like, all right, this is like my nights and weekends, and like 4 a.m. in the morning sometimes. But yeah, it's not our main source of income. And if it was our main source of income, yeah, sure, we could crank things out a lot quicker. But do we just need like, I don't know, 2,000 backers or something to make that happen? Which is
I can never figure that out. It's just like a 12-issue series from Marvel gets to issue 8, and they don't hear from it for issue 9 for like another 6 months. So,
or they just cancel it because they're like, oh, we didn't get like our big streaming deal or movie deal or whatever. Let's just cancel the series and do something else. Because the truth of the matter is, a lot of like mainstream comic stuff, it really is, they're just kind of pitching an idea for like the next TV series or the next movie, and if like the comic doesn't take off and they don't get that deal, then they're just like, scrap it, do something else, come up with a different idea. Maybe this will be the next hit movie or whatever, because comics are not designed to make money. If comic books were actually designed to make money, like with the mainstream, our good friend Charlie Stickney was running the numbers, and it's like, a Marvel or DC book that's like 20 pages would probably be like more like $12 or $15 instead of whatever it is now, which I don't even know. Is it like $5 or $6?
Yeah, it's like $5 or $6.
Yeah, it would have to be at least like probably $15 by now to actually be profitable.
$4.99, $5.99, one of those three most of the time. Well, I think the comics is, I think creatives have realized it, that You working for Marvel, like if you give them like your best ideas, you know, they'll make millions of dollars on it. You won't, and they figure that out. So they're just there.
Yeah,
The
and
best
you'll
way to
still
do
get
it
no
is-
health care.
Exactly.
The best way to do it is to do it like Mark Millar did. While he was there, he wrote great stories. He didn't create any new characters. Did not give them any new characters.
Don't
And
give
then
them
he went
anything.
off
That
and
is the way.
did his own thing. And, you know, so that's how you do it. Like, you know, so
Yeah, because it's not your character; it's Marvel's character.
it'd be nice if they shared in the profit. They don't. It's like, you
No,
know,
of course, no, it's a soulless corporation. They're not going to give you anything.
no.
And I think that's one of the problems now that we have with
That's no
everything.
problem. If you want the best characters, and you have to like cut them in. You know, this is what
Yeah.
they used to do. You have to give them a piece of the pie, and they'll give you everything. They'll give you their best. But
I think everything's turned corporate, you know, and within the whole entertainment field's gone corporate, you know, because they're always looking at the bottom line that, you know, and I understand, you know, you're supposed to make money, you know, but I feel like the creativity of everything is gone out the window for the profit of everything.
It's really just like, oh, like what's the latest like divisive topics, or like what's the latest like buzzwords going around? Like,
Yeah.
let's make a thing out of that and completely misinterpret it, and you know, hope it sells.
No,
Yeah.
they're afraid of
funny thing about
failure, so that's why they're doing cookie cutter storylines, and every movie seems to be the same, just different characters in it.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, they literally have a book on like, you know, the Marvel story formula where you have to follow this very specific
Mhm.
style of writing and like
I
this
mean,
very
oh my-
specific.
well, they've gone so far off the track. I mean, it's just like,
I'm sorry, but I may be overstepping here, but Thunderbolts did not compare to Infinity War. I'm sorry.
well, here's the thing. Well,
I watched
it's just
it.
like
It was so bad. I hated
It
it.
No,
was,
I didn't
yeah,
like
it was
that
a
movie.
weird, like, derpy, silly thing, and I think they're just
Well,
like, oh, silly stuff sells now. Let's just make more silly things.
Well, this is like they have no comic book people helping them. Like bare bones, like any of us. If you're making like a fake kind of like Avengers scene, like what do you get? You get like a Captain America type. You get like a powerhouse. You get like a Thor or a Hulk type. You get like a Hulk type. So when you get non-comic book people who don't know what the heck they're doing, is that, well, we're gonna get a Captain America type. Then we're gonna get a Captain America type. Then we're gonna get a third type. Ghost, I guess it's kind of like Iron Man. I don't know. Like
I don't know. It was just so
what are you
lame.
doing?
It was just like
you know,
Captain America was suing the New Avengers for branding. It's like, okay, come on, get real. It's like, how is that the best you can do? Really?
Yeah, the bar is like in hell, and they still manage to go underneath it.
Thunderbolts are named after Thunderbolt Ross. Thunderbolt Ross is in your universe. What are you doing? We're gonna name it after a soccer team. Oh my gosh, it's like that's the thing. There's no comic book people anymore to help them out. They thought they can do it on their own.
They don't belong to
saying
comic
that.
book people.
This is
They're
my segment
very
saying I'm
wrong.
really supporting indie comics now because I'm just
Yeah.
sick and tired of the same old thing
Yes.
from Marvel and DC. It's just rehash.
Which is funny about comics, though, because comics are more set up to be the immediate, the trendsetter. You look at a show like South Park where they wait till the last minute to, you know, produce their shows. Like comics could be like that too if they set it up. They could be really on the edge of all the trends and things like that they want to be, but they instead kind of do this formulaic thing, and then it comes out 12 months after the joke isn't funny anymore. And, you know, people aren't interested. So you see, but again, they know if they put $100 million into this movie, they'll make 200, and if they put 200 into this, they'll make 300. So at this point, what is their incentive to do anything different? You know,
There's none.
No.
But Paul is onto something here, because like always bet on indies, because you will get like some really weird out of the box stuff, because like we have nothing to lose. We're not afraid to take any risks. We're not afraid to make like the weirdest stories we possibly can. Like we're just out here to have fun and make stories like actually from our hearts that like we ourselves would enjoy reading. So like always bet on indies.
Well, I tell you, I tell Ralph every time I hate coming on this program because I always pledge a Kickstarter. So congratulations, guys. I hope you make your goal.
It's dangerous, but also thank you.
I
mean, I haven't read CPS yet, so I had to get the whole thing. So just let you know.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we hope you enjoy it. Again, it's you know, there's the bigger world of, you know, hell and demons and all that, but it's really, you know, about the characters. And again, for me, it's a lot of, you know, kind of inside baseball about what it's like working in a healthcare system that, you know, doesn't care about its clients, doesn't care about its workers. And
I gotta say, as somebody who used to work in the healthcare system, yeah.
As someone who is looking for a job in the healthcare system right now, I can also say, yeah.
So you guys signed up non-disclosure agreements. You can't tell us any stories. All you can tell us is yeah.
People always ask me, Ralph, why do you hate hospitals? I've seen things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you want to lose faith in humanity? Yeah, work at a multi-million-dollar hospital.
I will let you all know that my dream job right now that I'm trying to get is to be the person that fights the insurance companies into paying the goddamn claims.
Exactly.
Hey, there you go.
So pray for me because I've been applying to jobs to do that. Because insurance companies just do not want to pay.
No, they don't want to pay.
They will
Dude.
find any little excuse to not pay, and I just want to fight them.
That's their business. I mean, their business is to rake in premiums and then forego any kind of expenditures out, which is claims. So
yep,
that's their business model.
My favorite thing is,
and I want to disrupt that.
Exactly. My favorite thing is when insurance companies do that thing where Biff from accounting will decide that you don't need this. I'm like, he's not a doctor. Why is he deciding what I need and what I don't?
Yeah, it's like they're like, oh, this wasn't medically necessary, and then like I want to be the person that goes and like changes around the code to like make it medically necessary and resubmit that and be like, no, you have to pay this. My dream job. That and comics, but one of them actually will pay the bills, the other is just for funsies.
So you're Mr. Incredible, is that what you're saying?
I was thinking the same thing.
I would like to be at some point. I'm not buff enough yet. I got to put in more time at the gym. Yeah, I got nothing there. Like 1 year at the gym,
I know you're upset.
Still no upper arm strength. It's terrible.
I'm surprised though, because you do all the art. So.
I mean, that's more of like a fine motor skills thing, though.
The pen's not that heavy.
I gotta say, when I was writing by hand, I still do a lot of that. I still do pen and paper. But when I was doing a lot of it, my hand used to be like really muscular.
Oh no, that just messes up my wrist. I still write a lot of.
I don't have any wrist.
Yeah, my scrawny, fragile wrist. It's like being held together with chewing gum, but
it's always bugs me out because I can barely look. That's it. When I was doing kung fu, they would try to do those holds, and my wrist wouldn't go anywhere.
So wait, was that an advantage?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because they couldn't do the. I remember the sensei going, I would have to break the wrist.
Oh no.
I don't know. Oh man, folks. You guys got to help out the indie field. I tell you guys all the time, because people always talk to me and go, oh, Marvel this, DC that. And I'm like, well, if you go to the indies, you'll get exactly what you want. And it's like you're talking gibberish to them.
Yeah, I mean, if you want the same old recycled ideas, like, go ahead, go mainstream.
I'm not even saying, you have to back our books. I like our books, but
I like our books
comics
too.
in general, every week there's something world class coming out. If you're still complaining about your pull list, then you're not even putting in the effort. And I don't say that just as a creator. I honestly say that as a reader, every month something wows me. And you just have to look beyond, your blinders. And if you've got a pull list of 100 comics and none of them are bringing you joy, you're not trying, because there's many. Every month something good comes out.
You're not looking in the right places.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I mean, it's like, sorry to cut you off. It's like going to a French restaurant and then being like, I want sushi. Why doesn't this place have sushi? And it's like, go to a different restaurant. Like, we're not going to make sushi for you.
Oh,
unless it's like one of those cool fusion restaurants. But I mean, you don't get that a lot. Or it's like
any part of entertainment, right? Part of it is other people are reading it, they talk about it, they get jazzed about it. So, I always tell people too, just make sure you're talking about what you like, sharing things out. We know not everybody can back every indie book that's out there. There's 1,000 of them, a month. There's 300 on Kickstarter right now. But, in this day, like you were saying at the start of this, the algorithm is worse than ever. Anything you post as a link gets squashed. So, shares, talking about it, posting a picture of you with the book, all those things, they help the little small businesses like us, continue on.
Yeah, and piggybacking off of that, word of mouth from actual readers does a lot more
It does.
than us like standing there on our little soapbox going like, "Hey, back our comic, it's really good," because it's like, of course we're going to say it's good, we made it. But if someone is out there and like reading it and enjoying it, like, "Oh, hey, I read CPS and it was like really funny and weird and I like it," someone else might be like, "Oh, that looks like a cool comic. Yeah, I'll check it out."
Yeah, folks, that's why we tell you all the time to share, because it really helps. The word of mouth is important.
Share with like a little blurb of why you like it.
Yeah.
I think that's like the most helpful thing you can do, because like I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I hit like reblog or retweet or whatever. I did my did." But like some people don't see reblogs, they don't see retweets or whatever. So like if you can just say a little something there, like, quote tweet, quote blog, whatever it's called. I don't know social media anymore, but just be like, "Hey, I enjoyed this comic, check it out." Like, it's a huge help. And it's not a lot of words for you to type.
Yeah. And that's why we love doing this here on Bit and Apple, because we find great stuff, we find cool stuff, we find stuff that you should be checking out, and we share it with you.
Yeah, I've found some of my favorite comics just like being on the show or like hanging around other comic creators' discords and stuff. Like, I will admit I don't read mainstream stuff because it's overwhelming and a lot of it is just sort of like blah, and I gave up on it. But like, I just find so much good weird things on Kickstarter, like backer kit, whatever. Like, people are making the things that I want to read.
And of course, they're not writing for us anymore. They were writing for us when we were younger. But Marvel and DC don't write for us anymore.
I don't know who they write for.
I don't know who they write for either.
Because like the older generation's like, this is weird and stupid, and even the younger generation is like, this is kind of insulting. Like, is this how you see us? So like, I don't know.
I completely agree.
I think the tipping point for me was when Mary Jane became Venom. I don't know. That's it. I'm done.
Well, that's recent. That's recent.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm done, Tony.
Wow.
It's like they're just going to the bottom of the barrel. What else can we think of now? Who else can be Venom? How about Mary Jane? Great idea.
No, we need Aunt May as Venom.
Have
they done that yet?
It'll happen.
I mean, I know a lot of people like the Flash as Venom. A lot of people like them, so nothing to them. But I kind of agree with like this co-creator. If it's not Venom, if it's not Eddie Brock, it's just it's just a suit. It's not Venom. So I know a lot of people like Agent Venom. But I kind of agree that it should be. Yeah, but it shouldn't be. I don't know, Mary Jane. I don't know.
As someone who has a Venom tattoo.
There's still some good Marvel and DC stuff. You get to like just kind of like look. You have to look through like you have to like cherry pick certain things like you got the Ultimate Universe, which isn't bad, and then you got DC has the Absolute Universe. I haven't checked it out, but I've heard good things. So there's a few good things, but you have to like
See, we lost John again.
I kind of feel like, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like dumpster diving, where you really have to sort through like a lot of really like bad or mediocre comics to try and find like a storyline that's actually good.
Yeah.
I agree. John, you were saying?
I have a Venom tattoo, so it hurts my heart to say, but there is some good stories they can tell. I thought the Flash Thompson one was decent. Where they picked up with his character after joining the military and everything, and how that works with the Venom suit. But yeah, after a while, it's just kind of throwing schlock out there and hoping people will pick it up.
It's funny to me because Venom, you have there's other symbiotes. You don't need Venom to be Flash Thompson. You don't need Venom to be Mary Jane. You don't need Venom, dude. There's other symbiotes.
But you know what? I think that goes within the same vein of like, people probably just don't want to create new characters and new symbiotes, because then it's not their character anymore. So they're just like, who can we recycle, and like like how can we do kind of a different character but not really a different character? Oh, let's just switch these around.
Here's why they do a lot of those swaps, and even in the movies, why they do it. Like if you want to create a new character, that's a new person that you got to pay new money to and make a new deal with. But hey, if you just take, I don't know, if you just take Venom, make her a woman or whatever, you just got to keep paying the same people that you were paying before. It just whatever. It's,
No, but we need to start a petition to have Aunt May as Venom.
Yeah, Aunt May will be Venom.
She's still alive! Oh, man.
by the
She's
symbiote.
still alive. Please kill her, please.
But then they make, the Venomized pop vinyls and the toys, so it's also an easy way for them to make merchandise. And,
I mean,
again,
it is
can't
all
fault them for the
really.
hustle, but yeah, it's not for me anymore.
It really is like a glorified toy catalog, kind of, when you think about it, where it's just like, oh, here's this, and then we're gonna make a bunch of toys and sell them, and especially like the Funko Pops.
Yes, and you saw like that whole line of Funko Pops. And now Diamond Select is gone, but I'm sure Marvel will get another toy deal with somebody. And yeah, that's where they actually make their money. The margins, like you said, are super slim in comics.
They're appealing to the little girl market. Is that what you're saying, John?
No, they're appealing to the collectors.
Oh, not the little girl market.
They're
now.
No, they're paying to
both,
they're catering to like the 55-year-old guys who will pay like $600 for like a limited edition Funko Pop.
Exactly. They're just taking advantage of us now. Like, like if you remember, I don't know if you remember like the real Ghostbusters, like the first toys, they suck. They got a new toy of Peter Venkman, looks just like he does in the cartoon. $200. Like, okay. They're taking advantage of our crappy childhoods pretty much.
Oh my god. But I bet you the crappy childhood toys, if anybody still has one in the packaging, will probably sell for like $20,000 or something.
It's funny you should mention that.
It's a way to make the money.
An unopened real Ghostbusters race dancing. I sold it on eBay for $300.
Wow. Wait, was it in the package or was it out?
It was. My grandma had forgotten to give it for Christmas.
Oh wow. That's cool.
Yeah. It was kind of silly. My kid wanted to open it, and I was like, "Let me see what it is on eBay." I was like, "Holy crap!"
But dude, and I've said this all this time because there's all this stuff started in the 90s where you save your toys, you don't play with them, and my friends would be like, "Oh, you save you make the money, you make that." And I'm like, "Look, man, I'm playing with my toys. You shut up." No, Ralph, don't take it out of the package.
My son opens all his Godzillas. He can do whatever he wants. I still am one of those lame people who keeps them in the box, but
at least you're honest, John. It's all matters.
It's an investment, I guess.
But I
take everything out of the box, man. I'm telling you, nothing that you have is gonna make you rich. Nothing that.
Oh my god,
just open it up.
I actually sold
is the best you can do. Like, wow.
I sold some figures I had.
You go to the grocery store 3 times. Wow.
Right, you got to keep
it out the box, man.
For 45 years while you're at it.
Liberate those stories, man.
I had
here's what you do. Instead of like buying all these Funkos, all these things that they're telling you that'll be worth money, find something that is actually worth money. Find an old Barbie, something that's actually gone up in value. Take your money, buy that, hold that, and then and hold on to that, and something that will make money.
Yeah.
These Funkos that they're telling you that they'll make money for, they're called manufactured collectibles. Like they're telling you it'll be worth money. So.
Sounds like a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah. I'd say go find an old G.I. Joe, like pay a couple $100, hold on to that because it's gonna go up in value. So. But this Funkos, I don't know. The jury's out. Good luck. I say just take. I don't know. I watch Toy Story, man. You gotta liberate these toys. You gotta free them.
Absolutely.
You gotta let them like have their own adventures on their own. That's what I think. I don't know.
I had some unopened toys that I decided to sell because like I didn't open them because like I had nowhere to put them, so I just left them in the packaging and like they didn't sell for much. I had Isaac from Dead Space 2 and I was like, oh man, I hope I got a lot of money, and it was like $80. I was like, all right, at least he's out of my house and not collecting dust, and someone will appreciate him, I guess.
It's funny. There's this new anime. It's called I Want to Be a Common Writer. It's about this person. This started Saturday. It's about this person who they want to be common writer, in real life and stuff. So they turned 40 years old. They had all these common writer toys and all these figures, all these things in a box. He sold all of it. He sold all of it. He said, well, you know what? I can't picture me dying and these things not going to anybody. Like whoever finds them is just gonna sell them. I can't imagine these things never being open and no one enjoying them. So he just sold all of it.
Valid.
That's sad.
I did tell my wife if I died, make sure she has somebody more qualified to sell my Magic the Gathering cards. So again, I'm a hypocrite because I definitely I do my fair share of collecting.
Yeah.
I mean, we all got to have a hobby or an addiction, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, it looks like Raph is signed off for the night. He's having the problem that I had.
It's that kind of night.
Oh, it definitely is that.
But I do really appreciate it again. I was stressing and
So,
thinking about canceling, but I think this is important. I mean, camaraderie is what keeps us going because, like we said many times, the margins are so thin on comics.
oh, it is.
I'm very proud that my checks don't bounce to my artists. That's what I try to do at least. But beyond that, most of the time I end up in a deficit every time I do one of these campaigns. But I enjoy it. I do it for fun. I do it to make connections. I do it to have something
And just to
enjoyable
get the
do. It's not
stories
working.
out there.
Yeah. Got to get them out your head, man. Got to get them out your head.
Oh, we're into the hours now. We've got 71 hours to go. We can do this. We're so close.
Yeah, you guys are right there. You should. Yeah, you guys are fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where there's going to be like the last minute backers who are coming in
Yeah.
like the final 10 hours, and it's like, where were you guys this entire time? Like, I love you, but also we've like bitten all of our nails off. We fell off our chairs.
Because the first issue had 155 backers, and I know, it was 4 years ago. These things happen.
No, but that's
second
amazing
issue,
for a first
I did
issue.
it.
Amazing.
The second issue was a multi-comic campaign, so that one's a little harder to tell. But there was well over 100 backers for that, and then the last issue had 176. And I know things are tough. I don't blame anybody right now. For a huge portion of our audience, I'm sure times are very tough. But we have the most followers we've had on a campaign in years, and still, it's like that grind every time. It's just something about the internet today. It's harder to engage people. But again, I don't do this to get rich. We'll be fine. We'll figure out a way to get it funded. But it is weird to see that all those readers from the previous issues, we're getting a ton of new readers this time, Matta. I know you can't see behind the scenes, but a ton of people are catching up on the series, which is great.
That
But
is
it just leaves
great.
you wondering what happened. The people that have kept us afloat this long don't want to see how the series ends. It's a phenomenon I can't explain.
Yeah, it's wild. I don't know. Like maybe they'll come in the last 48, last 8 hours.
Yeah, maybe
But
they're just like, hey, we'll get there when we get there. Which is fine as long as you get there.
yeah, I think a lot of people wait till the end and they're like, "Oh, well, if they need the help, I'll pitch in, or if not, like I guess I'll skip this."
I
And I'm
agree.
totally
There's a
guilty
bunch
of
of people
too.
that just
When
wait to the end.
when I have 10 tabs open for different Kickstarters, I'm like, oh man, I can't back them all. I do sometimes pick that one that's close to the goal.
Yeah, you still got time. You still,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you are in a safe place.
Yeah, honestly, I've been doing that too. There's a lot of campaigns that I should be backing right now that are like 5 days left. I'm like, oh god,
I got
guys.
time.
But also, I just paid so much for the kittens. Oh god.
Right. Yeah,
Sometimes I have to say there are certain campaigns that I wanna support, but I have to find the money because if they try to pull and there's no money there.
Yeah.
That is part of the burden of this too, is that we are, we're heavily into these circles, and I just know it. I have a dozen friends on Kickstarter right now, and all of them are putting out great stuff, and it's just,
Yeah.
you just can't do it. So like I said, the shares, the championing, the telling people about it goes a long way. So we appreciate you always being a champion for our books. I think this is my 5th time on your show. Does that sound right? I didn't count.
I don't know.
Folks, help us out.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I know a lot of people on Kickstarter right now, and I know that all of these people are actually having a pretty hard time getting funded too.
And it's funny. I'm going to share something because Kat is usually already where she needs to be. Especially, she has a lot of days still to go, but by this point, she's already there. And it's a project with these guys who have been making their YouTube show, The Comic Shop, and it is a lot of money that they're trying to get together, but at the same time, Kat usually is at that point already. But yeah.
I will say it is. Sorry to cut you off.
Kat always funds. Yeah, that's
cool.
Yeah.
It's harder to pitch something like a TV series because it's like, if you're backing a comic, you're getting a comic. If you're backing a TV series, like what rewards are they offering?
But at the same time, this is the comic book for the TV series.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I was like,
I mean,
whoa.
375 backers though. That's really damn good.
I don't know. They're doing really well. They need to get to 40,000. They're already at 19,000. That's pretty decent. You know what? Let me play the video so the video can talk for itself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shayani Wulu, and I am the showrunner, creator, head writer, and one of the leads for the independent workplace comedy called The Comic Shop, a workplace comedy about a group of wacky friends running a comic book store in Los Angeles. And the comic book store also just happens to be woman-owned and Black-owned. And the response to the show has been amazing. Like, I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys have been tuned in every single Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Having my own sitcom and being able to have that creative freedom has always been one of my many dreams, one of my many goals. But now I want to see if realizing this dream, we can have another dream come true. So we're putting together a Kickstarter to be able to create a comic for the Comic Shop show. Throughout the show, we've debuted a bunch of in-show comics that don't really exist in the real world yet. Like you may have heard of Edible Man. Edible Man. He takes different edibles and different flavors, give him different powers. It's pretty awesome. I actually drew a little something here in case there's anybody out there who wants to buy a new story. Rat City, bitch. Rat City, bitch. Too many damn rats in my city, bitch. And we want to bring those to life. You guys have been asking, you guys have been begging since even we posted the proof of concept trailer. And if Rat City and Edible Man didn't seem awesome enough, we also want to give you some in-universe stories. Like a lot of you love the relationship between Kiki and Stephanie. Smell good. It's your perfume. Oh, I hate lesbians. Everybody wants to know why Kiki keeps popping up randomly in all these different episodes. Well, now you're going to get the backstory. Stories from your favorite creators that you know and love already. So we have Zeno Robinson, who plays Keith in the show. And then we have Joshua David King, who is also one of the writers on the show. Since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to publish comics. I think what better way to do that than to start with comics about a show that I've already written, right? And there are amazing writers tapped into this, like my good friend Stephanie Williams, Hody Ziegler, you already know, Miles Morales, the GOAT, okay? So many other fantastic creatives who we're all fans of and are so excited that they agreed to be a part of this. So thank you so much for checking out our Kickstarter, and I look forward to bringing these stories to life with your help once again.
So there's everything. You got an idea of what the show is. You got an idea what they're doing with the comic. I gotta say, I was surprised but it makes sense that they have whatever books that are happening in the comic book show itself. That's actually a fantastic idea.
That is a wonderful idea.
Oh man, see, folks, everybody's trying to geek out and live the best geek life. You gotta help them out. Let's see what else do we got over here. Of course, our pal. Here we go. There we go. Whew, time sensitive. He was here a couple of weeks ago talking all about this. He's at 3 days left. He's doing really well, actually. He's at 30,676. 676 backers. Fantastic story. Look, I'll play the videotape. He can explain it for himself. Go for it.
Hey, I'm Joshua Rubin. You might not know my name, but you probably know some of the characters I've helped bring to life, like Ezio in Assassin's Creed 2.
Leonardo, I think you just found your madman.
And Clementine in Telltale's Walking Dead.
Still not bitten.
I have been lucky to work on some of the biggest games out there, but I've got so many more worlds I've been building. And I'll tell you, once you start getting gray hairs in your beard, you realize life is too short for anything but yes projects. And I have always loved comic books. So last year, I pulled the trigger and founded Strangeland Comics, a home for high concept, mind-bending, brain candy sci-fi. And today, I am beyond excited to release issue number 1 of our flagship title, an existential time travel love story thriller with stunning art by award-winning Portuguese artist Jorge Quill. Are you ready? This is Time Sensitive. I am so excited for you to open the pages of Time Sensitive for the first time. Issue 1 is already complete and it is ready to print. And George has already begun drawing issue 2. This is only the beginning of a much larger world. Honestly, it means so much that you're here. Launching an indie comic book label today, it takes a whole community. And thanks to you, Strangeland Comics is just getting started.
I love that he hits all the beats we've been talking about tonight.
That's such a cool concept, though.
Say it again, John.
That was quite a thorough video. I got to up my game.
Yeah, I'm so mad he has like a really good voice for narration too. Like he has it all.
Oh, but folks, you always know you can hire somebody like Ralph here to do the narration for you. Oh man, I like the fact that John jumped on this too. There are too many rats in this bitch in the city, bitch.
They must be talking about the Bronx.
And of course, guys, tomorrow, because Jorge Medina, who will be here next Monday on Indigenous People Day, he is launching the Shameless Plug. Of course, I had to do a shameless plug today because that's just how it is. I've been having fun doing the shameless plug.
It's just so much fun to say. It's like I'm doing a shameless plug for the shameless plug.
Exactly.
It solves itself. I love it.
So he's kicking this off tomorrow. He's doing a live to kick all this stuff off. So go check it out. Go support it. And he's giving away for the first 50 backers a special sticker. So the first 50 backers get a special sticker, and only those 50 backers get it. So you got to be in those first 50 to get that sticker. And of course, we love Jorge Medina.
As the bulletproof chicken, I am very jealous I did not come up with the shameless plug.
I love bulletproof chicken though.
Exactly.
Just again, it's one of those just like weird, funny indie comics that just you can't get anywhere else.
Definitely. Ooh, I see something that that Matta just sent me. So I'm gonna let her talk about it.
Oh yes. So Bixby Grant by our pal Patrick Coyle. He's been on the show before. He's an absolute sweetheart. He's doing great. He just hit a stretch goal of $6,500. He's got 247 backers. I'm very jealous of him. But he's like, so Bixby Grant basically is a story about a mummy detective, and he has a vampire sidekick, and they're just solving crime in a city of monsters. Like, this is just a totally normal thing. Monsters are just around, out and about, and they're solving mysteries. It's a charming story. Yeah, it's.
And for just $1, you can even get some free part-time comics books from this, because we love Patrick so much that we threw in some digital books for him.
Nice. Yeah, even more of an incentive to back it.
Exactly, folks. Yeah, you got to get this. You know
Also,
me, and
the art is just, it's so great. It's
Art is
exactly what it
fantastic.
needs to be.
Yeah. And you know me, I like my detectives. So a mummy detective, come on, guys.
Again, only an indie comic would have something like this.
Oh man, oh, this just started me thinking that I wanted to do a dinosaur detective.
I like it.
Oh,
That's
my
gonna use the magnifying glass. This is a T-Rex.
He wouldn't even be able to see through it. He couldn't get it past his mouth. Oh my god, it's brilliant.
You know, it'd be great to see him hold it, and he's like, "I can see." I'm like, "No, you can't."
No, he has to have like a brontosaurus like hold it in its mouth for him to look through. It's like move a
Oh, that'd
little
be
to the left.
great.
Yeah, see, we have our dynamic duo already.
The best I can do for you is there's a local Chicago
The
guy
T-Rex
that
could
they,
be Sherlock, and the Brontosaurus could be Watson.
Watson.
There's a
That's
local
funny.
Chicago guy who does a comic called Dinosaur Sheriff. If I could interest you in that.
Ooh,
Dinosaur Detective might be
dinosaur, sure.
his counterpart.
I love dinosaurs doing non-dinosaur things.
It's so funny though, because I see this other piece thing here, and they've been on the show before too.
Yes, my good pal Will Allred, one of the absolute sweetest people in indie comics. He is here with Crossover Division number 7, which is like, that's amazing that he's got 7 issues going so far.
Wow.
And it's basically a story about people who love certain stories so much that like the stories actually come to life. So the Crossover Division, they have to recite like the last page of the story. Like they have to figure out what the story is to begin with and recite like the last page of the story to like seal the thing back into the story. I'm
I
saying
remember this.
story a
It's
lot,
such a
but
unique idea.
yeah, it's such a cool idea. So he's doing an ode to Lovecraft right now, and we had talked about this way back when because I did a cover for him, and like he was saying that he promises he's gonna make fun of like what a piece of crap Lovecraft was. Because I mean, he was just like racist and terrible, and you know, Will's thrown that in there because he's Will and he's amazing. So if you want to see Lovecraft get made fun of, like get this book.
And you got one more here.
Yep. So MJ has also been on the show, Melissa J. Massey. She's doing a trade paperback of her Alchemist of Aurelia, which is a Turkish fantasy adventure, basically a historical fantasy story set in like, you know, a fantasy version of Turkey. And it's about a wizard who's studying to become a wizard who's not very good at being a wizard. And she summons a very tiny, sad familiar, and they kind of have to solve this mystery of like, you know, why are the women in like the harem disappearing, and like nobody seems to care except for them, so they're kind of like trying to find out what's going on, and it leads to a bigger thing where they have to like find out how to stop a witch. And it's whimsical. The characters are like over the top, especially the Princess Isa with the swords in the background. She is just bonkers over the top funny and just no fear. And yeah, it's a great, charming story. And I mean, now is a great time to jump in because it's a trade paperback, so you're getting like issues 1 through 4. And I
Always the
love me a
best time to
trade.
jump in. Yeah.
Yep.
You get all the goodness in one place.
And the cool thing is she does a lot of her art traditionally, like the interior pages she did digitally, but like her covers and stuff she does with like watercolor and marker, and like mad respect for that.
Nice. See, folks, you know, help the community, help the entertainers, help the artists. Come on, folks.
Yeah, I mean, she's also the artist and the writer, I should say that. So, like, anytime I meet another artist writer, she's also a webcomic maker. So it's just like we bonded over that. She's very near and dear to my heart. She's just a sweet person. And yeah, like she needs to get this funded.
And I was about to ask you about this.
Oh, yeah. Who did that? Yeah, so Sacrimony 9 finally will happen next year after I've sorted out my school things and other comic work things, because I'm still working on CPS, and we might have something else coming up, Ralph, maybe.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Sorcier and I will be bringing Hugbert to life. So
Yes, looking forward to that. But yeah, in the meanwhile, you know, Sacrimony 9 had to be put on the back burner for a while. But I mean, this was like one of the coolest covers I've done for Sacrimony, and it's the story of a girl who died, but then she got better.
love that.
And As with all mysterious resurrection stories, there's a catch, and the catch is that she has no memory of her past, no idea why she has magical powers, or white demon wings that she has to hide from society. And yeah, there's a lot of other like main characters, so this part of the story kind of derails into like what this guy's deal is. Like we've seen before, he is sick. He spent a lot of time face down on the floor.
He has.
And so we get to find out why he's been face down on the floor a lot and whether or not he'll choose to remain face down on the floor.
Dude, my favorite thing is to talk about sacrimony and going, why are they doing what they're doing?
Because everybody has depression. They say write what you know, right?
Folks, you know what book is good? When you sit there going,
that's my goal, to make you yell at the book or to just make you question why. But then also it's like you say why, but you get it at the same time.
Oh, you get it. That's why you're saying why, though. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you that I actually met J-Pan at Anime NYC.
You sent me a picture, didn't you?
I did. I did send
yes.
you a picture. So I did remember to send you the picture. Yay!
Yeah, you did. And then I was like, I saw it at like, I think when I was half asleep at like 2 a.m. and I didn't respond.
Don't worry, you were busy. So I was like, look who I ran into.
Yeah, I had a lot going on, especially in the last week of school with just like finals, group projects, kitten rescue. And I had to write a speech for graduation because my classmates are assholes and they nominated me.
You know what it is? They heard that you're a good speaker, so they probably were like, either they looked you up and they said, "Well, she's on that Bit and Apple show."
Yeah, I mean that's been the thing. Like for our first group project, it was like barely 2 weeks into the class, and like I got teamed up with like 6 other people, and they're like, "We like the way you talk. You're going to be the team leader." And I'm like, "This is the qualification for being team leader. All right, whatever."
The best talk.
They're like, you have that podcast voice, and I was like, oh, well, I have been on podcasts.
There you go. So they knew it. They smelled it on you.
Oh my god. It was fun, but stressful, but it was fun. The speech. Oh god.
So one more time, tell the people where they can find this child possession services thing. Either one of you.
Well, you can go to Kickstarter.com and type in CPS4. That'll take you right to it, easily enough. But Child Possession Services is the name, so that it's easy to find on Google. We're Part-Time Comics with an X on all social medias. If you want to reach out to us there, you have any questions about it, you're a new and upcoming comic person, and you have questions. So many people helped me along the way, so I'm always happy to answer questions about this crazy world of indie comics. So hit me up.
I gotta say, I'm happy that you do that because I run into a lot of people that have so many Kickstarter questions. It's a good thing that I know Calamia because I sent a lot of people her way.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I also I love giving advice and helping people like start their dream project because like it feels good.
Yeah, it does.
Because it's like you're helping someone. You're not thinking of them as like competition or hindering them or whatever. It's just like this person has a dream. How do we make this dream happen?
But we say this all the time. We're not competing against each other. If that person buys your or doesn't buy your book, it could be for a bunch of different reasons.
Yeah, and I mean also it's like if me and John were given the same prompt that was like, I don't know, like a tomato that came to life or whatever, we would do completely different things with that premise. So it's like we're not even competing with each other because we'd just be writing 3 completely different stories.
Definitely. And I love that you said that because, as the guy from the Written Writ, that's exactly what happens.
Yep. And it's so wild to see what direction the other person takes. Because it's something that you yourself would have never thought about.
Oh, that always bugs me out, especially I love writer's prompts because it's always interesting to see what the other person does with it. And you're like, that's not what I did.
It's like, how did you even think of that? Oh, I'm so mad you thought of that, but it's so good.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you saying that too. I think that's my advice to people when they start out is write the stories that other people can't write. Write the stories only you and your creative team, if you're working with the team, can do, because then you've made it in comics. That's how you make it in comics. if they put 1,000 professional writers in a room, write something that they couldn't possibly ever come up with. Just try to have fun with comics. That's what I always
Exactly. Have fun, folks. So some people treat this like a job. Dude, have fun. We already have jobs. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like only you can do what you do best.
Yeah.
Like, don't think about like, oh, what's marketable? I don't know if this is something people are gonna like. Just like someone is gonna like what you're doing out there.
Exactly. So Paul, it is time for you to tell the beautiful people all the beautiful stuff that you do, because you are busy right now and you've been really busy.
Well, you've been busy too, Raphael. Did you want to say what you did first, or you want to just get into?
I'm gonna save it for Wednesday on my show, The Written Word.
All right, fine. So that'll be a surprise. People can come on Wednesday at 10:30.
See, and
Raphael's been up to, so I'm really excited about it because he shared it with me today.
Because we like to tease people.
Cliffhanger, and then they got to check out the next episode.
Exactly.
Well, so can I share my screen really quick? Is that okay?
No.
Because it pertains to this. No? Okay.
Go
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Screen, man.
All right, so it's been going on for a little while. I haven't had a chance to really promote it all that greatly yet, but now I'm in the midst of promoting it. So I've teamed up with Fractured Atlas. Is it sharing?
There we go.
There we go.
Oh,
and,
yeah, you sent this to me. This is so cute, man. I forgot to send you my reply.
It's all right. I figured you hated it. That's why you didn't reply back. So.
No. It was too cute.
So I've teamed up with Fractured Atlas, and they're a great organization. They actually assist the creative community in raising funds, for projects. And so my fit for Time and Forces fit really well with this organization. So I'm coming in as a fiscal sponsor with Fractured Atlas, which means that any donations that are made to this campaign are fully tax deductible, one, unless you purchase one of our levels that has a gift like a hat or a shirt, then they take the fair market value away from that donation. But if you really want the merchandise, you can do that. And then, but what's really exciting about this is they set $1,000 goal, that if you reach the $1,000 goal through Fractured Atlas, they will then help you sponsor for greater funding campaign opportunities, like through the National Endowment for the Humanities. So that's huge. And if I can do that, this will just help really skyrocket my ability to, one, bring on more talent and really back the whole education program that I'm looking to ultimately do with Time Enforcers. I really want to make a 5th grade to 10th grade curriculum for kids to gamify the whole learning experiences for social sciences. And I actually went through, and I showed on the last show, a mission journal that I have for the kids that go through. They actually catalog all their ideas and actually learn history as they go. And the game will be part of that, the whole homework curriculum. So they actually play a mission for homework, one mission a week, and each segment is 2 weeks in terms of the unit. So this is really exciting to me. I mean, it's a legit organization. They've been around since 1998. I'll just show you the back, and you can get more detail. And then, like I said, you can donate directly through the link. I have a Rebrandly link set up for go.timeenforcers.com/FA. And if you go there, you can make a contribution of any amount. It can be any dollar amount, as much as $1 or, whatever you can afford. And like I said, I have, similar to Kickstarter, different levels set up for merchandise. So if you want to get a hat or t-shirt, or there's a poster package that I've set up as well, where I'll provide an autographed poster along with all the other merchandise that I'm offering. So this is pretty exciting for me. I'm going to be exhibiting at EdTech Week the October 20th. So that's pretty cool. I'm hoping to get a lot of exposure there. And then we'll be at the NJEA conference in Atlantic City. That is, basically backing all the educators from New Jersey. So I really want to make a play for this. I think it's really important. I think, STEAM is great, but I think the humanities and social sciences are really overlooked. And I think this is a great opportunity to really inspire kids to discover, if this person can do it 500 years ago, why can't I do it now? And the only way you can figure that out is to learn what these people actually did. And I think it's really highly overlooked in terms of what schools are providing. And what I love about this curriculum I'm setting up, you know, a lot of times, excuse me, everything's pigeonholed. Just like you got to learn this certain person at this certain time. The way I really want this course to be for kids is like, this is the time we're looking at. We're looking at feudal Japan. You pick out what you want to learn about and just find out as much as you can about it. Because really that's what's going to spark curiosity and discovery, is having kids decide what interests me during the time of feudal Japan, the samurai. Was it the samurai, or was it, you know, the food they ate, or was it the religion they, you know, worshipped, whatever that may be.
Always the food.
Yeah,
Always
I think
the
it's
food.
really important. So, you know.
Good food means good life.
Yeah, I mean, you look at these cultures, and food is a big part of it. I mean, a big part of our culture, if you think about it, right? And
Definitely.
it influences a lot of people. I mean, look at Great British Bake Off, for goodness sakes. It's no joke. I mean, you know, I think there's definite relevances for everything in society, and you know, who knows what's going to spark imagination and discovery for kids. You never know. So
It's great that you just let them go down their own rabbit hole, because that's really what it's about, instead of just force feeding information that they may not necessarily be interested in.
Yep.
Or just like not giving enough, because I know definitely like back in like history class there'd just be like a little blurb about something in a textbook, and it's like, wait, but like where's the rest? Like,
Exactly.
this was just like 2 paragraphs. I need more of this.
yeah, I mean, I found so much just doing this project of people that I've discovered, and I keep talking to people about it at different events, different networking events. This one woman came up, it's like CJ Walker, I believe her name was, or CW Walker. I can't remember the name specifically, but she was a Black African-American entrepreneur in like 1920. It's amazing. She developed all these fabrics and such, I believe, and it's just incredible the talent that are so overlooked, because everyone's just focusing on the big stuff. I think, you know, the whole details are in the breadcrumbs that you find along the way, and that's where I find things really fascinating. Is really find those nuggets that you haven't heard about, and really focusing on that and getting kids interested that way. So it's kind of cool.
And history is such a big thing. I mean, I know me and Paul talk about this all the time. It's more than what people think it is, you know, because it's music history, there's sports history, there's so much different history. And I feel like, you know, when people think history, they just have this really boring idea of what history
Yeah,
was.
they think of dudes in like powdered wigs with like the big button-up jackets and stuff, and the coattails, like, you know, riding their little boats across a river with their muskets or whatever, and like
Right.
that's such a small part of it.
Exactly.
But that's really cool, because, you know, it's like the reason why I chose Ben Franklin for that postcard. One, it's fundraising, but he actually formed one of the first nonprofits in the colonies. So, and he formed the Union Fire Company in Philadelphia. And I think that's a detail people just don't realize. That
Yeah, no one ever teaches that.
Yeah. You hear about the kite, you hear about electricity, you hear about, you know, the Constitution, but so
And the $20 bill.
And it's $20 bill. It's just like, yeah, but there's more. It's actually 50, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
But anyway, that's no 100. 100's Franklin.
100?
Franklin.
Benjamin? Wait,
Yeah,
maybe.
Franklin's 100. 20 is Jackson, or maybe not Jackson anymore. I can't remember. Anyway, I don't have any money. Anyway.
I don't have anything resembling cash ever. So
yeah, so
like, what's $100 bill?
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's just, you know, I just found it so cool. That's why he's got a fire hose. So he's going to be in it. He's going to make an appearance in episode 3 with Benjamin Banneker, and he'll have his fire hose along with him. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
I'm pretty excited about that. I just came with this idea like a week ago. It just shows you how off the cuff I'm doing this stuff.
You know what? Some of the best ideas like come up last minute though, or when you just get that random spout of inspiration, like, oh yeah, hey, why didn't I think of that before?
Yeah, it's so cool. You never know what you find out till you actually sit down and read something. So
definitely.
That needs to be on like a sticker or something.
Yeah. or if you actually start doing something, because sometimes, you know, most people just stay in the sidelines going, I'll get it done eventually. I'm like, no, do it now.
Yeah, you gotta sit down and
I'm
do it.
afraid.
Exactly. Folks, I think on Wednesday I will show you guys the first episode of the Written Writ. You know, when I was doing it on YouTube and I was pre-recording it, you know, because I showed last week my favorite Macho Man. Oh yeah. And
You do a good impression though.
I appreciate that. On Wednesday I will show the first episode, and I only say this because, dude, when you see that first episode, that is, I'm still crazy. That's just me. But it's a whole totally different Ralph.
It's a pre-video webcast persona that you hit on, so it's like it's kind of meld into this new persona. You should do more of this stuff. That's what happens. So.
Insanity is insanity, and I've always been insane. So
I appreciate it.
But it's a structured insanity now. That's what makes it great.
It's the 2015 version. No,
It's a more refined
and a big pouch.
It is more refined. I'm not as crazy, and that's why I showed the Macho Man video, was because I did that video and I was like, I think I went too far.
And you know what? That's another thing about honing your craft, is that you're gonna do weird things at first. You're gonna do things you might look back and regret and be like, I can't believe I thought that was a good idea. You're gonna make mistakes, but it's like, it's about not giving up. It's about learning from them and moving on. Because if you give up, then you're just giving up your dream.
And that is the same thing. It's the whole point of the fact that that's why I tell people all the time, the only way to know what you're doing is to do it. You need that first episode. You need that first book. And once you got that out there, you know what mistakes you made and you can fix them.
I think people forget, how did you learn how to walk? I mean, you didn't just to get up and start walking, did you? No.
I did.
You fell a lot. You fell a lot before you started walking, right? And then how did you learn how to run? You fell a lot before you started learning how to run. It's like, it happens. You just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, as a baby, you're not like, oh man, I suck at walking. I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna keep crawling instead, because I'm just better at crawling.
That's actually
just laying on my back and doing nothing all day. I'm good at that.
Yeah. That's actually a very good explanation, because as a baby, you don't care. You're gonna walk, and no matter how many times you fall on that floor, you still try to get up and walk.
Exactly. Yeah, because you know what, you see everyone else doing it, and you're like, I want to do that too. I'm gonna walk. And your little baby instincts don't tell you that you suck. You're never gonna learn to walk. You just stick to crawling or whatever.
Yep. You guys all have great memories of when you were babies. I don't remember.
I remember just like yesterday, Tony.
I remember those days.
Times are simpler.
Exactly. So, folks,
I'm thinking of. I was trying to think of like a 2015 reference for Ralph. I can't even think of anything, so I can't even think back 10 years ago.
It's fine. I can't even remember what I did yesterday.
All I know is that 10 years ago, October, we did New York Comic Con, a bunch of different little events throughout the city. That's where we met in Cypher at the church that was holding a multiple of things together in one thing. And
that New York Comic Con wanted to like go from this place to that place to that place. Oh yeah, that's so
annoying. Ended up in Kamikaze Con. Stan Lee's Kamikaze Con.
Yeah.
That's all our first year there, folks.
I don't miss that.
Sounds stressful.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Wednesday, you will have more craziness. Japan's going to be at NYCC. We're going to be at NYCC. Find us. See if you can find the roaming Tony.
Well, I'll only be there Friday, so you got one day. So.
I feel like he needs to dress as Waldo.
I got my Friday ticket.
Look at that. He already got his ticket.
He's ready.
You guys got your ticket.
Yeah. Smoke and steal it.
Folks, I hope you enjoyed this, because I've enjoyed this a lot, especially having Matta Sorcier back.
It's been so
quick. Just that my last few fall anime reviews are up. Very quick.
Right. You've been busy.
Yeah, I'm done. Chakopi's Original Sin and Kaiju number 8. I knew it was getting a second core. I thought it would start this week, but it didn't. So that got a review. I finally watched K-pop Demon Hunters, so I gave that a quick review. So these are very, very little ones. So, but I'm done for the fall. So we're on the summer now. So we'll do it again in another 3 months. All right,
folks, you guys got to go read this stuff. Tony is hilarious. His reviews are incredible. He gets into the nitty gritty of geekdom, and you guys have to go check this out. It's on the Bit and Apple site. Go read it now. Sorcier, any last things?
Chicken nuggets.
I think so too. Chicken nuggets. So on this show, when it ends, I press the button and this happens.